What are my 3 predictions for the next update in October? Let's talk a little bit about them, and just before that, let's talk a little bit about my 3 predictions for the September update that we had last month, that I talked about 3 things that were going to come. Let's take a look properly on what those are and if they were added or not. The first one was a new subtree. We didn't get one, but I have a feeling that it will come soon. More jets with Fox 3s. We did get that. We got 3 of them, the J10, the JF-17, and the F-16C Barak 2, although the Barak was kind of a same aircraft, kind of a copy paste, although it is a new aircraft technically because it's a Block 40. It's still kind of a copy paste, but still more jets, right? And of course, we also tried to predict that the Mirage 2000 was going to come, but for the Chinese, the Mirage 2000-5 that they use. Unfortunately, that wasn't true, and it is one of those jets that I don't understand why it wasn't added yet. I mean, it's an aircraft that a lot of people want to see in that tech tree. I guarantee to you guys that a lot of people want to see that aircraft in that tech tree, but it was just something that Gaijin didn't want to add. So I got one technically right, but everything else was not right. So let's try to get these a little bit more finessed, right? So let's try to do my 3 predictions for the next one, the update coming in this month in October. The first one, I will continue to say, guys, I have a feeling that a new subtree will come very, very soon, and I have a feeling that this might be it. This might be one of them. We already saw that October patches are sometimes used for this type of thing. Subtrees normally have a lot of copy paste, so they have a big update, but nothing too new, you know, like nothing too crazy different, but it normally helps the nation that the subtree is getting added on, right? So I have a feeling that a subtree will be added. We have 3 options, but I think one of them, because of the leaks, are the most likely one. The options are the Swiss subtree for the Germans. I don't think that's gonna be a subtree per se. I think it was just going to be, they don't have enough vehicles to be a whole tech tree, right? So I think the Swiss vehicles are going to be added here and there in a more pointified way, you know, like in a certain point, and not through a whole line of vehicles. So that's why I don't think it's the Swiss. The Thai, you know, for the Japanese, I still don't understand why they didn't just push through this. The Japanese is the tech tree that I think is in the most dire need of a subtree of all nations. So yeah, the Thai probably is one that it is highly likely, but because of the leaks, I still think that the Singaporean one and the Indonesian one kind of slashed is going to be the most likely one probably for the Chinese, which is kind of funny. Let's wait and see how that thing works. But yeah, I think that's the most likely one, although the Thai is the more needed one, together with the vehicles here and there for the Swiss. But in a general sense, I have a feeling that a subtree is coming. It was confirmed a very, very long time ago that they were working on new subtrees for nations, so it just makes sense that right now we get one. Okay, my second prediction, guys, the F-18, it needs to come, guys. It needs to come, and I'm not talking about the US. I'm not even caring about the US while I'm talking about the F-18. I'm talking about the German F-18. Obviously, they already confirmed that if one F-18 comes, it will be the American one. If a lot of F-18 comes, it will be one of them, an American one, and then maybe for other nations as well, right? So at least an American F-18 would come, but I think the most dire need here is the German F-18, the Swiss one, actually, right? I think it's just really needed, and I think Gaijin knows it. And if the leaks are true, of course, this was leaked a while back that they're considering this apparently, and if the leaks are true as well, they are pushing a little bit the Eurofighter to 2025, which means that Germany won't have anything to be added until that aircraft is added, until the Eurofighter is added, which means that it won't have a top tier jet until the Eurofighter is added, with the F-18 being the perfect stopgap, just like the Gripen is for the British and the Italians, right? It would be an aircraft that it's kind of odd to be in that tech tree, but at the same time it makes a little bit of sense, and of course it would help a lot immensely, especially being the Swiss one, which is a C variant that has A20s and stuff, to be a top tier jet for the German Tech 3, which is the only Tech 3 right now that doesn't have a top tier 13.7 jet. So I think Gaijin knows this, and probably will add something there, being the F-18 the most important one, of course, the most likely one. Of course, it would be added for the US, for the Finnish maybe, but yeah, that would be it. And the third prediction is that, guys, this is normally a small patch. The October patches are normally small. It can be a point out of the curve, but normally it's the smallest one of the year. We have also, remember, 5 patches. We had 3 of them, so we still have the big one in December, right? So we will have a small one now. And because it's one of the smaller ones, I have a feeling that we might not see anything 4th generation jet. Maybe one, but like, we will not see anything that is a 4th generation jet besides the F-18, or a very small number. I have a feeling that it's going to be only the F-18, okay? This is my prediction. But it might be like one more, but I'm not gonna like, oh my god, it's... But yeah, the F-18 probably is the one that you should expect. If that is not added, maybe another one, but I just have a feeling that it will be 1 or 2 max top tier. Like 1 is, I think, the max number, but maybe 2. Just because it is a smaller patch. If a subtree is coming, that I have a feeling that it is, it might be a big patch on that terms of number of vehicles and stuff, but it's normally not a very large, vehicle patch in terms of the normal patches that we have normally, of course, but that's why I'm trying to predict over here. Okay, guys, so a new subtree, F-18, and no other jet. I think that's my 3 predictions. Let me know in the comments what is your 3 predictions, and I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe, click the like button, and see you guys. See you in the next one.